Hello friends, Tanya here for Trinity Stamps, and today we're going to play with the Cloud Companions stamp set and die set. There are also some other new components that we're going to use, and I'll touch on that later. We're going to start out by die cutting this beautiful rainbow. Now I'm going to take the part that creates each of the arches and die cut that from some heavyweight white cardstock. And then I'm going to take my Copic markers and color each bow of the rainbow, just so I don't have a ton of extra pieces. Because rainbows are always a bunch of different colors, it's often easiest to cut the rainbow with white cardstock and then color with the medium of your choice. I just really like the way that alcohol markers saturate and fully cover your cardstock quickly and easily, and there are so many color choices to choose from. There are 5 bows in this rainbow, so I stopped at blue. So we've got a red, which I chose a pink, red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. Next, we're going to do the background piece for our rainbow, and we've got these gorgeous new vellums. We've got a pack that has 4 or 5 different colors in it, and we also pastel colors, and we also have the soft white vellum. These are a nice heavyweight vellum. I'm going to use my Barely Art precision glue, but you could use the Crafty Gluefriend. I just happen to be allergic to many glues, including the Crafty Gluefriend, so I stick to what I know doesn't set off my asthma. So I'm going to glue each one of these bows onto our light blue pastel vellum. I love the weight of this vellum. It's also got a pearlescent shine to it, so I can see it being used in a lot of different amazing ways. We have our last bow to go in, and I'm trying to make sure that the bottoms of each leg are nicely lined up. And I want to add a little extra pizzazz here. I have some liquid pixie dust that I have added to my palette with a little bit of extra water because I wanted this thinner. And I'm applying it with a watercolor brush. It's very easy to apply, and it really makes it shimmery. It's probably the most intense way to apply shimmer by using this liquid watercolor sparkle. Just going to add a little bit more here. I wanted to have nice even coating. You could use Wink of Stella or Spectrum Noir sparkle brush, any of those ways, but you are not going to get the level of shimmer that you do with the liquid pixie dust. Next, we pulled out the Puffy Cloud Layers. This is one of my favorite stencils. It is a very versatile cloud layering stencil with 4 different edges that you can flip and have even more, because you'll have it in 2 directions. It's also long enough to cover a slimline card, so it should work with every size of card. I've covered this entire panel with the tumbled glass, and we have a little more liquid pixie dust here. I'm putting it on this little silicone mat, and I'm pulling out my brayer. Now, the way I pictured this in my head was kind of a streaky, watery roll on of this, but it pretty much covers the entire cardstock piece. I actually used some mixed media cardstock here, which is also available in the Trinity store. I'm going to spatter on some water, and then I actually try adding some of the tumbled glass Distress Oxide with some water and the pixie dust, and spattered that on there. And that did give it kind of that dreamy look I was looking for. Next, I took the 4-bar card and envelope builder, and I took one of the layering dies for the front of the card because I'm making a 4-bar card. That is a 3.5 by 5-inch card. And I'm going to mat this onto the front of our card base, which is some heavyweight white cardstock. Now that we have that in place, it's time to move on to some of the other portions of our card. We're going to adhere our rainbow just a little above the bottom of the card, just using some glue. As you saw, I did put a little extra cardstock behind the rainbow to raise it up a little bit and to add a little extra stability. Now I am stamping all of the Cloud Companions on a piece of that soft white vellum. This is a gorgeous heavyweight vellum. I used some juicy ink which is a clear embossing ink, and I'm using some silver embossing powder here. And now I will heat set that with my heat tool until these are raised and shiny. And we'll have 2 cats and 2 dogs in these little cloud type drawings. There are coordinating dies for all of the parts of this stamp set. I'm also going to stamp our main sentiment for the front of the card. This is a pet sympathy card, and like all other sympathy cards, nobody wants to have to make them when you actually need them. So it's good to have them in your stash to pull out when those sad occasions happen. Just going to heat emboss that also after I've stamped it with some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And I did cut 2 extra layers of these sentiments so I could layer them together for a little extra impact on the front of the card. Here I'm showing you layering up just the first word. When you die cut this sentiment, it does cut each word individually so you can put them where you need to on the front of your card. Here they are, all layered up, ready to go on the front of our card. I'm going to lay them on the right-hand side of our rainbow. Just going to use a set of reverse tweezers to help hold these small elements as I add glue to the back and then tack them to the card. Next, we're going to apply our Vellum Puppy and Kitty on the front of the card. And I'm going to tell you, I haven't used this Xyron sticker maker in probably 10 years. So it's kind of shocking that this adhesive still works as good as the day I put it in the machine. So I'm just sliding my little characters into the sticker maker and pulling them through. If you've never used one of these, they are actually pretty handy. I'm still on the first roll of the sticker paper that I got with the Xyron machine, but it still works fantastic. The reason I chose to use the Xyron sticker maker is because any glue application that covers the entire back of your vellum piece is going to be the best way to apply vellum when you don't have a way to hide the adhesive behind some other element on your piece. The next thing I'm doing is stamping the sentiment on the inside of the card, and I did use VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink again for that. And we have 2 little characters left to put on our card, and I just peeled those off the sticker backer and applied them to the inside of the card. Next, we're going to use some embellishments. We've got the berry blue jelly hearts here, and I thought that went really well with the blue. And we have the sparkle hearts here in white. These are a very flat embellishment. They have glitter that shows through, so you have 2 sides to choose from. One where you can feel the glitter on the top and one where you can't. And it really doesn't matter how you use them. I tend to like to have them with the glitter on the outside. You can still see the glitter if you have it flipped. I've laid them on the front of the card here, and I'm choosing to use the translucent, not the cloudy hearts mixed in here, and we're going to add a few of those little glitter stars on the inside of our card also. There is still room to add a little personal message, not a ton, but a little room, and that completes my card. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something watching me create this card. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now would be a great time to do that. If you have some comments you'd like to leave me, I would love to hear from you. Check out the comment area below. And if you're interested in any of the products that I use today, check the description box. They will be listed and linked there as always. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.